So this is the junk journal that I've been making for a friend who's just found out she's pregnant. And I'm very proud of the binding I did on it. I did a cross stitch binding stitch on it, which took a lot longer than anticipated, but I think it came out really nice. I did at one point have some extra string that I was planning to put charms on, but I decided I liked it without. So in the end, I think it worked out well. This is some old mulberry paper that I glued with acrylic gel medium to some muslin fabric and made book cloth out of it, which I really like. So first page has, these were from a Seven Gypsies pack I found at Tuesday Morning. And then I made some tags. And it's really brightly colored because she strikes me as a brightly colored kind of person, not really the junk journal, although some things are more like vintage. I have some book pages that are actually from the book that I took the binding off of for this. And these were a freebie I found online. There'll be a link in the bottom with the link to the freebies and the website they came from. I didn't put too many pregnancy things in here because I don't know if she already has a journal. And I figured if she already has one, then she can use it for any other kind of journaling. She doesn't have to use it for that. These are some fun tags. I really liked this tag. I got new Distress inks and I had to try it. They were way more colorful. These were part of a paper pack and I just cut them apart and they made really good journal cards. Or in this case, tuck spots. And then I had some of those mini clips left over from something else. This was actually, I used a stencil that I sort of made. I found a blank journal at the dollar store. And the front was made out of heavy-duty plastic, but it had that shape cut out of it. So I just cut off the cover and used it as a stencil. There's a couple of those I found like that. Envelope I found at Michael's. And then this is actually, I found a really pretty set of napkins at the dollar store. And this is off of one of those that I glued onto a tag and then used some ink on. The tags were from a pack from Tuesday Morning. This is empty. There's a journal card to go in it, but it's not in here, which means it's somewhere on my desk. These were from another old book that I used. They were all different plants and their uses. This was from an ephemera pack that I got at Tuesday Morning too. This is burlap, and I didn't sew it to the page. It was already sewn on the edges. I cheated and glued it. I do like this. It's a journal pullout that's got 4 folds. It was a scrap piece of paper. I did some stenciling on this one. I really like the colors on that. And some journal cards. I made a pocket on this one. Put some other journal cards in here. Used some washi tape and made some paper clips. And this one actually comes off. And then they can fold that out to write on it. This was an old book pocket that I had that was going to get thrown away at work, so I just used some ink on it and some water. Glued some ribbon for some tabs. There's my cat, who really needs to get out of the way. Molly, come on. Get down. Come on. Sorry. This is another one of the napkins, and I just put it on here and made another. I think it was actually a card from school about all the football games for the season. And I just covered it over with some book paper that was, I'd pulled out some book pages and they were ripped, so I ripped them some more and glued them on and then put the napkin on the outside. Another journal card with a belly band. That was watercolor paper that I did an experiment on with salt and watercolors, and I decided I didn't like the whole thing, so I just cut it up. Doily tuck on that page. This one is actually a pocket, and this one is a belly band. Or, oops, I didn't end up gluing it. It will be a belly band. And this one's a pocket with some things. I thought this one was really cute. I'm so crafty, I make people. Another page from the book. I try to leave a lot of space for writing. I didn't think I needed to do all of the pages perfect since, you know, it is supposed to be a journal, so you'd have plenty of space to write things down. I didn't want to put too much in there. This one is a pocket, and I have another watercolor piece that folds out. This was another piece of muslin that I just stenciled on, and then I thought these were really cute. They were a whole pack from Seven Gypsies that I found at Tuesday morning. I was like, obviously there will be photographs, and those were really cute to put them down in. And then I decided I needed bigger pockets, so I glued several pages together and then I made inserts to go in them. And it's stenciled the same on both sides. They're all a little different, and of course they go in perfect when there's no camera. We're just gonna leave it. These were coloring sheets that were like postcard size, so I thought they'd make good journaling sheets, and she could color them if she wanted to. A couple of journaling sheets. This one you can't really see it very well, but it's textured. Another tag. Another fold-out middle page. With some stamping on the edges. Had to cover up the middle with some washi tape because I didn't cut the end papers quite long enough, so there was a little bit of a gap right there where you could see the brown in the binding. This is another pocket, and there's the insert for that one. I left one side blank and stenciled this side because it was a little dark on the stencil, I thought, to write on. And then somehow that one got in there upside down, which was an oops, but it's fine. I really like this vellum. It's got a nice, I can't really see it very well, but it's got a pattern on it that I thought was pretty. I've been saving it forever. And the washi tapes were just really cute. So this is the other half of a manila envelope, and I just cut off the end to make a pocket with journal card and another photograph envelope. This has got a space to put something behind it. Another journal card and the other bit of watercolor paper I made. And then this, you know, you can, I left this one empty to put things down in, papers and notes and things. Decorated some edges with some washi tape. Made a tag with that background on it. This one was an accidental splash, but actually I kind of liked it, so I stuck it in there anyway. Another journal card. This one is an envelope that I cut on my Cricut that just folds out, so you could write inside. I decided not to glue it down into a full envelope because I liked the fact that you could write on it and then fold it back up. And then I put this one in there because she loves turtles, and it had turtles on it. I put this, just glued the flower, and it's another journaling card. And then this was some old scrapbook paper that had been cut down a million times to use for backgrounds for things, and I had just enough left to make a card shape, so I thought that would be a good journaling card. And then I just used this and stained it with some Distress ink to match this textured paper I had over here, same general color scheme. Had an organza bag left over from something. This was actually an experiment. I had a, not really it's sort of a stencil, but it's trees and it's meant for you to like make the trees be the silhouette. So I used that on a piece of paper and did that. This one has the corner that folds up you can journal on. Again, this one has this little, and it's a vellum sheet. I just liked putting the vellum in there. Another tag. This was a scrap that I just used pinking shears on the edge. Journal card. The other half of the vellum page. Another distress ink tag. I don't really know if I like that there. It may get moved, but I like the tag and the colors in it. This one I just folded it in half and then slid it so I could put this in there, and this folds out into a journaling page with a tab. Put a little lace on the edge because I like that one, and this one is also, sorry for shaking that, this one's also a pocket, and I used distress inks and some water to make that. The back is just got green on it. Some washi tape on the edge, and then the last few pages are just blank for her to put whatever on. But that's the journal. I think she'll like it. I'm gonna mail it later this week, and hopefully she enjoys it. If you like this video, put a big thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe to my channel. If people are interested, I'll try and come up with a tutorial to do this binding on the edge. There's a few out there already if you look up cross stitch binding on YouTube.